What's up, guys? It's your boy Aloe. We're back with our bang. Before we get into it, I want to give a big shout out to Black Shadow Reaper 777 for donating a Sailor Moon to the stream and giveaway. So if you guys want a Sailor Moon, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll be giving it out once we get to 2,000 likes. So let's get to 2,000 likes, boys, and hop into the tier list. So I know a lot of you guys wanted to know who all is like the best units for the new rumbling mode. So I thought I would make this tier list to help you guys out with that. So let's go through this, boys, and let me know if you see a unit here that you think should be on this list that's not. I don't have every unit because a lot of units suck for this mode, so I just kind of included the main ones. If it's not on this list, guys, odds are it's not good, or maybe I just missed out. So let me know in the comments down below what I missed, and let's keep it moving, guys. All right, so first up, guys, we have Aaron. Now, Aaron is like the poster child for this event, but unfortunately, guys, he's actually B tier. I know, guys. I might get some hate for this in the comments, but I've been doing a ton of testing, and I'm sorry. He's okay, but he's not as good as this unit coming up. That guy right there is cracked. All right, let's keep it moving, guys, with Mikasa. Mikasa is okay as well. She's a decent unit and has very, very high bleed damage, but overall, she's not that OP. Same with Levi. They're about the same unit. They're decent for the event, but they're not that great. But their DPS is okay. It's all right. Next up, let's go to Boros. I'm going to put Boros in the C tier. Honestly, guys, I might even put him in D tier, but he's not quite that bad. I'm going to put him in the C tier because his AoE is so small, and this map really requires big AoE because it's really hard to place stuff on the map. So I'm going to put Boros in the C tier. Next up, we have Armin. I'm going to put Armin in the C tier as well. He has very, very high damage for his price, and because the Giants move so slow, his SPA isn't that big of an issue. Combine him with Merlin and maybe the blue with Merlin, and he's pretty good. Next up, guys, we have Stain. Stain is not a bad bet either. He has a very, very large full AoE. So honestly, I think he takes the edge over these bleed units, but he's not quite as good as the best bleed unit. The best bleed unit is Tengen. Tengen has a giant AoE, especially if you give him the blue eye orb. He is meta in this mode. I know Day Day used him to beat it. So Tengen is very good for the rumbling mode. Next up, we have Baby Vegu. Decent for the mode. I'll put him in C tier. The reason being, guys, let me pull up his stats. Baby Vegu 3. All right, the reason being, guys, you could use any of the Baby Vegus. I don't know if it matters that much, but like you could actually get this upgrade, and it's not terrible with the buff, but it's not great. And honestly, though, it's not that good at all. So I'm gonna actually move him down to the maybe like high D tier, because I mean his starting stats aren't terrible, but they're not all that cracked out either. All right, next up we have Bulma. I'm gonna put Bulma in the D tier. As well as the other farm units that are on her tier, like Salesman. I don't know if I put Santa on this list. Salesman, Sword Maid's slightly better, but they're decent, but they're not really meta for the event. I would definitely recommend getting a better one. What I like to run is 2. So I like to run Speedwagon, so S tier for Speedwagon and Bulma. Honestly, if you don't have Speedwagon, it's not that big of a deal. Bulma is close enough, but Speedwagon definitely has the edge. So we'll go Speedwagon S tier. Tengen and Bulma A tier. Now Blackbeard is definitely required for it, so I'm gonna drop him in the S tier. Tengen might not be required, but he's very good, so I'll put him in the A tier. Android is actually a pretty decent unit for the start. It's not terrible, but it's definitely better than Boros, so I'm gonna put Android in the Android 17 here in the C tier. Next up, we have Sailor Moon, which is actually honestly underrated for the event. I'm gonna put Sailor Moon right in the B tier. I used to use Sailor Moon because her DPS at the start is crazy. It's just crazy, but it's not too OP. But again, her damage really gets up there. If you have a max level Sailor Moon, she's doing like 10k with no buff. You throw the buff on top of that, she's doing like 20k for 5. So it's basically as good as the best unit, but doesn't do the double damage. So Kaiba, let me go pull up Kaiba's stats for you. Card collector, GI. He has decent stats. Because remember, only his like last 2 upgrades are that bad. So, but again, guys, look at the damage. 24k. It's just not good enough for what he is. So his range isn't terrible. So he's not a terrible unit, but I just can't really recommend him. So I'm going to actually drop him a little bit higher in the C tier. Next up, we have Demon Yusuke. I'm going to drop him in the C tier as well. Especially with the orb. I'll pull up his stats real quick. Demon Spirit Detective. If you throw on the orb on him, he's actually pretty good. We'll take a look at his max stats. Look at that, guy, 63. So with Irwin buff, 180. But so it's actually closer to 90. So it's not terrible, but like he has good range. So 53 range is pretty good with Merlin buff. It's not terrible, but it's not OP. So we'll put him in the low C tier actually. Now looking at his stats again. Next up, we have Hit. Hit's a decent unit, guys, for this, but not too crazy OP. I'll pull up his stats again. If we go look at hit, we'll go with I forget what they call them. Dimensional Alien Strong. He's a sucky unit, but again, look at that damage though. So damage with is actually pretty dang good if you factor in Irwin buff. It's not terrible. It's not great, but his cost isn't that expensive. Decent SPA, AoE circle. It's not terrible, guys, but it's definitely nothing to write home about. We'll put it that way. So I'll put him around here in the C tier. Honestly, I think Android might be the best. Yeah, we'll put him like right around there. Next up, we have Law. Law is meta. I made a video on it. If you haven't seen it already, definitely pick up Law. Let's go take a look at this guy. Elite Warrior. Elite Warrior is a solid unit, but it's not too crazy. Like 55k, like with no buff. Like really, man. He's kind of on the cheaper side though. 10k to max. His range kind of sucks though. SP isn't the greatest, so he's not that good of a unit, guys. So for that reason, we're gonna have to throw him in the C tier. Let's go put now. Eyes and Boys. I'll pull up his stats. He's actually really good for this, so I'm actually gonna drop him. Honestly, he might even be better than Levi, so I'll put him right here in the B tier. I think that's fair. I'm honestly, guys, as well, I'm gonna put Flower Magus. The buff units are definitely both meta. Flower Magus is really good for this. Since the units are so slow, range matters a lot. So Flower Magus / Merlin is really good for this mode. Genos isn't that great for this mode, but he's okay. Same with Todoroki, but I'll put Todoroki in the C tier because he does have that freeze effect. But I just feel like you might as well bring this guy instead. So I'll put this guy a little bit above Todoroki. But neither of these guys have elements. Actually, none of these 5 guys here have elements. That means they're doing half the damage. Half the damage, guys. All right, Shinji, don't really recommend. We'll throw him a bone though. Gojo is meta. The reason he's meta, guys, is very hard to play stuff like that hits the track. They have to have like a ton of range, and this Gojo has so much range, it just makes it so much easier. Normal Gojo is decent as well, but like not that crazy. I definitely recommend the 6-star Gojo for this map. Honestly, like this is the one time he's like meta. Now Giorno is decent as well. I'll put him in the high A tier. I don't know if he's required for it because he's okay, but not too crazy. But the Funny Valentine is definitely required. Definitely an OP unit there. Annie's a decent unit. She would be way better, but the problem is like they removed her time stop ability, so that kind of nerfed her a lot. So she's actually going to go right around maybe top of C tier. Now Zeke, you need him for Aaron, so I'll put him up here just because they're a duo. He's not really better than any of the guys below him, but actually I'll think this is a fair. He's not really better than any of these guys, but you do need him for Aaron, so one person should have him. Planter, let me take a look at Planter. I don't remember him. Planter, let's take a look at his stats. I don't think he's bleed or anything. Mob Psycho, 57 for 60. Yeah, that's a really bad stats. I'm gonna have to drop him maybe right around. He's definitely better than those guys. I'll probably put him right here. Not that good of a unit, guys. Don't really recommend. Honestly, he might not even be better than Zeke. It's close. Actually, let's go take a look at Zeke. Nominated Monster Giant. Max level 51 for 104. Yeah, we're gonna go like that. Zeke, I think, is better. Brooke, 6-star is not terrible, but not crazy either. I'll put him probably right around there. And oh, guys, now this is the unit you've all been waiting for. This guy is the best in the game, dude. The best unit for this mode right here, guys. Right here. I'll put him in the S+, bro. This guy is what's going to allow you to beat this mode because he has that lightning element. You can kind of see it right there. That's what makes him meta, boys. Death Kid is decent as well. I'll put him in. I'll put him a little bit higher up here, B tier. Sword Maid's decent, C tier. Gyrant, not that great. Not terrible, but like not really that good. Honestly, like right around there. Honestly, like I'd probably even put her at the bottom. He's just way too expensive, guys, and his SP is way too slow. Uryu, decent unit, A tier. Not really that great though if you can have Enel, but he's good in a pinch. And Kakashi, guys, is not that great. Don't use Kakashi. It's not worth it. So there you go, boys. There's the final tier list. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. And if there's any units you want me to add to the list. If it's not on the list, guys, it's probably D tier or F tier. Anyways, guys, Blam Spot out. Peace.